So I did a thing I very rarely do. And now I have to deal with that thing that I just did. So let's get started. So I'm in the middle of setting up my infirmary brooder because when we were at Tractor Supply buying fencing buying fencing materials, they had something in the little tin bins. I wiped it out with some Cred Cutter, cleaned everything off, and now we're just adding my bedding. I have kept anywhere from 3 to, I think the most I've had in here is 7 chicks. If you've been watching my channel for any length of time, you will know how utterly enamored I am with my rooster frittata. And when we went in today to Tractor Supply, they had Welsummer pullets. I love Welsummers. I didn't realize how much I loved Welsummers until we got frittata. I couldn't resist. There are reasons why this was not an impulse buy in the traditional sense, like, oh, I need to have them. There was a lot of mental gymnastics around us making this decision. I have to hurry up. They're getting a little annoyed with me. Okay. We should be able to reach that.
Ready for the princesses?
Yeah, the little princesses can come in. Alright.
There you go.
One of the reasons that we went ahead and did this. Oh, poor little girls. Come here. Come here. One of the reasons we did this was because we were planning on holding back some of our broilers like we did last year as layers. But then I realized that we were only getting 30. And we'd probably only see about 25 and survive in the mail. Hi guys, how are we doing? Oh, okay.
The brooder plate on?
Yeah, the brooder plate's on. Well, because we were only getting a small amount for our first batch, it made sense that we get a few more reliable layers. And Welsummers are known for laying beautiful, dark, rich brown eggs. The reason we got 6 was because we went in there with the intention of getting about 5, realized there were only 6 left, and we didn't want to leave one of the little girls by herself, so we got the extra one.
How are we doing?
They're doing okay. They're in a cluster, so they're a little cold, so if you could bring me over that heater. Takes a little while. Here, nice, you can. Here, look. Some water. You can just put it on that box right there. They're starting to scatter a little bit, so they must be doing okay. They're just a little uncertain, even in a box.
Where are the roof plate goobers going?
They're going under there. Here. Look,
You show them
warm.
where the water is?
I showed them where the water is. As long as you show one where the water is. If they've been eating and drinking, they should be okay. Oh, see? They're figuring it out. We thought about this a lot. We left them behind initially, but then we started discussing it in the car and started going through the chicken math as to whether or not this was a viable purchase that would benefit our farm. They're sweet little boogers. They seem okay. They seem happy.
Yeah.
They're all hiding under the brooder plate, but it's pretty chilly in here today.
Yeah.
But I think they'll be okay. We'll check on them later.
Don't eat that.
They're not making a lot of noise, so that's a good sign. If they're crying, then things aren't good. I think we should let them acclimate for a little while, and we'll come back and check on them. One of the things that I did to help block any drafts that may come from this exterior wall is I took a piece of scrap from when I built my germination chamber and put it right here against the side of their brooder box to kind of insulate it against any additional, like, it's going to be warmer this week, but we're having a cold day, and I want to make sure that they're doing okay. They're under the brooder plate in a little pile, but they're not like shivering close together, like huddled. It's more of a cuddle puddle. And now they're moving around a little bit. One of the things that Everett asked me was, why are we not putting them in one of the brooders that's already set up? And that's because there's a small number of them. They'll fit nicely in this little brooder until they get really, really big. But then they'll be ready to go outside, so it'll work. We have the little baby chicken tractor for this purpose. The other reason is I'm not sure which hatchery they came from. They came from a Tractor Supply, which means they came from an NP/IP certified hatchery. But I don't want to expose them to birds coming from a different hatchery. I want to quarantine them so that we, kind of mitigate some issues with biosecurity. The highly pathogenic avian influenza thing is, again, kind of always on my radar. Not that little chicks typically have it, because they come right from the incubator. They go right from the incubator into a box to their final destination. But it's just, I think it's good practice to keep your babies coming from different batches separate from one another. One of the deciding factors in us bringing them home is the fact that we have our mini brooder that we built when we got our Orpingtons back in Houston. It allows us to do small batches of birds that go. There's my good girls. There's my good girls. All right. Oh, we figured this out. Good. Good. You probably shouldn't stand on the feeder, sweetie. Nems is hungry. Pull it away from the wall.